Listen here. Listen. Any musical that has multiple tap numbers has my heart. Hey everyone, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX ND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing the new Apple TV Plus film, Spirited. Yes, I really enjoyed this one. I'm kind of upset that Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds had never worked together before. What? That is like a match made in comedy heaven. I don't know what took them so long. I don't know what took casting directors so long to kind of put them together, but this was a lot of fun. Spirited was so fun. It's like a really modernized musical version of Charles Dickens and his story. And I think it's such a beautiful way to kind of revise it, reimagine a different side of his world and make it a bit more magical for Christmas, a bit more spirited for Christmas. And I think that Sean Anders did a wonderful job directing this. He co-wrote this with John Morris, and I just think this is a wonderful little Christmas movie. I really enjoyed it, and it had a really wicked twist that I didn't expect, but it made complete sense, and it really worked with the story they were trying to tell about being able to redeem people who have done really bad things and are kind of like too lost to circle back to the person they once were. So I think that it's a beautiful sentiment, especially around Christmas time. We've seen it plenty of times in like It's a Wonderful Life, and obviously at Christmas Carol we have the Ghost of Christmas Present, Past, Future, which is a lot of fun in this. But what I love the most, it's a musical. It's a musical. We get a Christmas musical with brand new songs, and I loved it. I loved it. I could not believe that Ryan Reynolds was singing. Okay, Ryan Reynolds was fantastic in this. They had to kind of redeem his character of Clint Briggs, who's like this high-end CEO who kind of fabricates drama. He fabricates lies. He fabricates so much that he kind of pits people together and causes chaos, and that's his job. But he shows no remorse. He doesn't care. But also with Clint Briggs, he has had a really troubled past. He has had to make really difficult decisions, and he's had to close himself off emotionally to a lot of people, including his niece. But once his niece comes to him with, seeking advice with her own issues, he doesn't really give her the best advice, and then enters Will Ferrell, who plays the Ghost of Christmas Present, and he tries to kind of redeem Clint Briggs. He needs to redeem him, and it is just a really fun ride from beginning to end. They go into Clint's backstory. They go into the Ghost of Christmas Present's backstory, and Will Ferrell is fantastic in this. It almost makes you feel a bit nostalgic because he hasn't done a Christmas film since Elf, and he kind of brought that like little buddy out of him in certain scenes. Like while I was watching him and he was dancing, he was excited about different things. I'm like, oh my god, like it's Buddy the Elf. Like it was just really cute, like to kind of have him in his element. I think Will Ferrell is meant for Christmas films just because of how excitable he is and can pull that off, But he also had this kind of like fish out of water storyline with Clint Briggs, because he's like really old. Will Ferrell's character is really old. He doesn't know how to integrate himself into the world, and he tries to adapt to what Clint is going through and his story. And I think it's really beautiful. I think it's very sweet about being able to save someone through kindness and love and unity. And I think we need that right now. But yeah, everything about this I really enjoyed. I really loved Octavia Spencer. She was so sweet and so cute in this, and I loved her musical numbers as well. I think Ryan Reynolds is a born performer. He was literally fantastic in this. I don't know. Like he had majority of the songs too. Like Will Ferrell had ballads. He did. He had one or two like big numbers, and then he had a couple with Ryan Reynolds, but like them together was dynamite. There's one song in this called Good Afternoon that I will personally have on repeat because it's so much freaking fun. Like it is amazing. And even though some of the jokes don't land, there were like jokes worked into the lyrics of the song, which just added to my enjoyment of the number. And any musical that has multiple tap numbers has my heart. It's on lock because I love tap. I used to watch Singing in the Rain as a kid over and over and over again. Anything to do with Gene Kelly tap dancing, I was watching it, and I went into tap at a very young age because of him. And I love tap numbers. No one does any tap numbers. Musicals are rare, but if you incorporate a tap number, that's it. You have my heart. It's gold. The musical's fantastic. The choreography and the production design, the value of it is just so incredible. I was completely taken aback with how much went into this, but the choreo and the timing of everything within the song, extremely well done. It does run a bit long. There are a couple songs that I probably would have pulled, but I can see this easily becoming like a Broadway musical. Like eventually, I think that this was really well done. I know that people are so tired of A Christmas Carol and Charles Dickens in that story, but it is a timeless classic. You can rework it as much as you can, but I do feel like this is kind of like the best version of that story just because of how they changed it. And they still had that sentimental connection and that emotional connection to Charles Dickens and what had happened, but they're still making fun of it at the same time, which just makes it even better. It was a delight. Spirited is one of my favorite films this year, actually. And now that I talk about it more, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I really had fun with this. It does drag a bit. Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds are absolute dynamite together. They definitely need to work together again. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds is kind of playing himself in this as he does, but those really intimate emotional moments, going back into his past and seeing certain things, I think that it's some of his best acting as well. Will Ferrell also the exact same balance of like being fun and whimsical and, excitable and all of that. And then he gets taken back into reality. So you have those magical moments with them where they're kind of putting on an act as their characters. And then you get into those smaller moments and they do a great job of, pulling at your heartstrings in this movie. And I think that they really complemented each other. This needs to happen more often. But yeah, I really enjoyed Spirited. It comes out November 18th on Apple TV Plus. Please watch it. It is a wonderful holiday movie. I really enjoyed it. So please let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is, holiday movie is. I'd love to know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.